when this world gets too rough, when I start writing love letters on my unsung bones, when my body feels too crowbar for the dawn, tell my father I was not weak. Tell him I was a man because I knew how to apologize. Tell him I learned to pray by falling down and not knowing how to get back up again. Tell him I talk to God with brass knuckles on now because I don't trust anyone I call father. Tell him amen. Tell him when he left, my mother cried fever for days. Tell him when he left, I punched a wall straight through the hole in my chest. See, my mother was Bonnie, I was Clyde. He was a getaway car that loved the feeling of tires on road far too much. Tell him I still remember the time he taught me to ride a bicycle. The cicadas were singing the most beautiful symphony. When I look back, I was riding a two-wheeler all by myself. I didn't think that was a metaphor until today. Tell him I have never shaved correctly in my life. Tell him there is only so much a mother can teach. Tell him my mother is as close to God as you can get. Tell him to keep my name out of his mouth. Tell him I have more whiskey in my walk now, more steel in my bite. Tell him when his brother looked at me like a lion looks like at a carcass, I mistook his hunger in his eyes for fatherly love. Tell him to watch some Discovery Channel. That is how a papa bear is supposed to react when someone touches their cub. Tell him when they close his casket and lower his broken Irish shotgun shell of a body back into the ground, I will be there just to show him what he was supposed to be doing. Tell him I can't swallow my feelings anymore. I ran out of stuff in the medicine cabinet. Tell him the first time I tried killing myself, I wrote my name on the inside of my arm like a return to sender with my address just in case God didn't want me either.